kids. It's your old pal, Doctor Gool, and I want to welcome you to the premiere episode of Cooking with Doctor Gool! And today we're going to start this off with Dr. Gool's completely amazing, totally astounding, oh my God, I can't believe it's just cheesecake! All right, kids, now keep this in mind. The secret to a good dish is in the ingredients, man. You need 32 ounces of cream cheese. You need 12 ounces of raw sugar. Raw sugar! Put that white stuff back. You need a couple teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. If you use that synthetic stuff, I will come to your house and slap you. Next, we need a dollop of sour cream. That's my dolloping spoon, so leave me alone. And finally, we need 4 brown eggs, man. Now, anything you substitute in here is going to change the flavor, so keep that in mind. Now, here's what we're going to do now, kids. We're going to take that 12 ounces of sugar, and we're going to come over here to the cream cheese, man. Check out what I've done. I've got them in 4 different bowls. That way they can get nice and soft. You want the cream cheese to be soft. You don't want it to be cold, like right out of the refrigerator, because then it's not going to mix up real well, and you'll never bring the cheesecake to life, man. So here's what you do. You take your 12 ounces of sugar, and you divide it up between the 4 things of cream cheese. That way, well, 3.5. That way, it'll all get to cure together. It'll all get soft together. So when it all gets mixed up in the mixer, it'll all taste good together. So take your time, let it stay soft, and while you're doing that, I got something else you can do. All right, kids, while you're waiting for that to soften, you take your springform pan. You take a little bit of parchment paper, you put it across the bottom, right? You take a little bit of butter, and you butter the inside of that pan. Now, you don't worry about the parchment paper so much. It's going to do its job just by sitting there, Now, you take yourself a half a cup of graham cracker crumbs, and you take yourself about a 1/4 stick of butter. And you melt that butter, you mix them together, you get them to look just like that, right? And you put them in the pan. You put them in the pan, and you spread them out nice and thin, right? Because you don't want a thick base to this cheesecake. You want just a little layer of graham cracker, and just enough to hold it together. That way you're not taking away any of the taste of the cheesecake. Now stay tuned and we'll see how this turns out. All right, we've put all our fine ingredients into the mixing bowl. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna whip it super smooth. We want no bumps. We want no clumps. We want this smooth as silk. So when we pour it in our pan, it'll cook perfect. And we can bring this cheesecake to life. Okay, kids, key step here, preheat your oven. Or we could just use a regular oven, but set it at 350 degrees, then just walk away. All right, the batter's nice and smooth. We've poured it into our springform pan. Now we've just got to put it into the oven for 45 minutes. Now it's a cheesecake, remember. We don't want it to burn. We don't want it to look like a chocolate cake. So what we do to keep it just a little bit light on the top, man, take another piece of parchment paper, lay it lightly across the top, then we slide it into our preheated oven for 45 minutes. Now ask yourself, what am I gonna do for 45 minutes? Oh yeah. Okay, kids, now it's had plenty of time to cool off and set. All that's needed now is to pop our springform pan, slowly pull it away, and behold, the most beautiful cheesecake known to man! Now all that's left to do is to slice it, to serve it, and to tell your friends you brought to life Dr. Gool's amazing, fantastic, monstrous cheesecake!